Actually, something that jumped out at me the other day, and I can't remember if it was in a daily brief or whatever, but we did, and I think I think this behooves you to get to know this stuff. Our level 3 program, we teach you about interpreting options information. What I wanted to show you here, and I'm not quite sure how you do this, but maybe you do it here. I saw this the other day and I went, oh my goodness. Oh, here we are, Bitcoin options. That's what I want. Let's see if it'll do it. Looking at this May contract. I saw this the other day and I went, oh, wow. I couldn't believe it. I was quite surprised, to be honest with you. Interesting, too, how these are European style options. Do you know the difference between American and European style options? If you don't, and you want to use this information, it might be worth paying attention. Let's see what we got here. Is this Bitcoin? So it's interesting when we look at the April, because this is European style, I'm not quite sure exactly what the actual settlement date is. Where was that month? Here we are. May. So this has not expired yet. So question is, where is the heaviest open interest? All right, so as we scroll down here, what I'm really looking for is I just want to see how it says open interest here. I just want to see what's the biggest number. And I'm looking for the puts, because keep in mind, retail, they love to buy calls. Retail will also write calls. Does anybody know what if I own something and I write the call, what is that trade called? No pun intended. If you're relatively new to trading, it's probably a term you've never heard of before. Anyway, it's called a covered call. And retail loves to do that. It's a great way to raise income. But retail doesn't write a lot of put options. It's not exactly the kind of thing that a retail person would do. And also to write the call or write the puts, beg your pardon, you have to have extra money in your account. So it's not like you could just go write a put option, collect the premium, and pocket the money while the put option is still alive. And you might actually be forced to buy the asset down the road. But while the option's still alive, there's like 150% premium to have that money in your account just to cover the market volatility. So it's not something that retail does a lot. So as a result, we can actually get a lot of usable information from the open interest data on the put side. And all I really want to do is I just want to see where are the institutions most interested in writing puts. So you can see there's, I guess, the 25,000 puts got 53. 30,500's got 60, 45, 45, 58 on the 32,000s. 35,000's got 62. That's a pretty big number. But then we get up into where we are now, right? This futures contract. I have it over here. Yeah. So we're at 38,140. Where were we? 38,000. Notice, there's a few up here, but nowhere in the 50s or 60s like we saw before. There is some. They're going to do some business. Don't get me wrong. But it looks like the heaviest open interest is this 30,500, eh? 60 contracts there, and then also 32,000. And then there's 25,053s, right? So when I see this, what this tells me is that the institutions have a vested interest, I think. Actually, it looks like this 62 right here. That looks like your heaviest open interest. Which tells me that if I was thinking about Remember, if you write these puts and the price goes below this strike price, you might actually be forced to buy this asset. So if a Wall Street 1%er was like, well, if I'm going to be forced to buy this asset, then I'm going to only do a trade at the level that I want to actually belong the asset. So the heaviest open interest, and I, notice this big cluster of them all in here. This one here does stand out at me, 62 contracts at 3,500 or 35,000. But it's not where we are right now. It's actually lower, right? Technically, what this is saying is Wall Street is interested in buying Bitcoins, ironically enough, right around that A, B, C, D price objective. That's where they want to buy. They're willing to buy 35s there, all the way down to, like we said, the 30, 31, 32s there. So this is the buying window that Wall Street is interested in. That's some pretty cool information.